What is up, you guys? Going live. Alright, so we're waiting to see if he takes down this mini boss. If he does, we will move up a spot. If not, we're going to jump in and try and get that mini boss kill. So we will see how it's going. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you all are having an awesome week. I've had a pretty busy week, but it's been good nonetheless. So tonight's going to be another kind of laid-back night. We're going to be doing some Alliance Quest, some Arena, and we're going to try and get the beginner difficulty complete in the next day or two. So we'll even be letting it do some auto fights for us because it's such an incredible face roll. Nothing too difficult there. If you're watching this later, thanks for joining me. Please subscribe and then ring the little bell that'll let you know, help you get notifications to let you know when I go live and when I add a new video. This week is a little bit slower in terms of content coming out on the channel. It is one of the busiest weeks I have had in quite some time. So trying to and we're gonna get in there and get the mini boss kill. We're gonna steal it from him. It's one of the busiest weeks we've had in quite some time in my household, so not quite as much content out, but hopefully that will change after this week. Alright, so he's got Enhanced Special 2 and this Fury. Alright, so let's go in. Not too much health left. We're gonna finish him off hopefully pretty easily and keep our Ghost Rider here intact. Alright. This may be the shortest mini boss fight ever, and it was. So he's down, and I'm going to continue to move up through this live stream in Alliance Quest as I have energy. So stay tuned for that. All right, and I'm just going to move up there. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some of this energy I've got saved up in the monthly event quest, the beginner difficulty. We might be able to finish it tonight. Go ahead and get it completely done with. I'm mainly going to let this roll on autoplay because everything is like 2 hits in this. We're going to try and maximize our ISO and potions that we pick up. So I'm going to check out, scout out each path before we take it. It should be pretty easy there. Like I said, I'm gonna let it autoplay. And if you guys haven't used the autoplay feature, this might give you an idea of how that works. Anytime you're fighting a much overmatched opponent, you can just hit that autoplay button and it will do the work. But you do want to keep a little bit of an eye on it. If you're in, say, the heroic difficulty, as sometimes a Nightcrawler or somebody like that who's an excellent defender will actually take out, will do a lot of damage to a champ that's much stronger. So you do want to kind of watch for that. So we're just going to burn this energy. Should be pretty quick with this. I hope you guys are still enjoying the channel, checking out the live streams that are coming out this week, and we'll get some more interesting content for on-demand videos out to you soon, hopefully. I've taken over a few extra responsibilities in my personal life, and so those are all going well, but it has prevented me from doing quite as much with the videos that require editing and things of that nature. But we will get back to that hopefully next week. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me through it. I'd love to hear how your progression through the monthly content's going. If you're struggling with anything or have any questions about how you should approach it, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd love to give some advice or let you know how I took that content on if you weren't here watching with me when I was live streaming. So happy to give advice and help. And we're just looking for looking for people who want some help, want to hang out and be a part of something that I hope will be pretty big as it gets off the ground. To grow this channel, would love you to get in on the ground floor here. And oh, I almost forgot. It is time to swap out our sub of the day. So if you subscribe and you join me in chat on a live stream, I would be happy to make you our subscriber of the day. So we're trying to grow that as well. If you subscribe, you're helping me push my total subs number up. So definitely appreciate all of you guys who are helping me reach some of my goals with YouTube, as I hopefully help you reach some of your goals with the game, and as I help you pass the time as you grind arena or whatever you spend your time doing while you watch these videos. So I'm gonna start the next fight, and they happen pretty fast, so I'm gonna try and be quick with it. I'm gonna update the subscriber of the day here. I have a name. Joined me in the last live stream. We're gonna update that. So, and I know everybody wants to be the sub of the day, so definitely make sure you subscribe and then pop in chat for one of my live streams. You have to update the you have to ring the bell though to know when I'm live streaming, so that you can get in there for subscriber of the day. So our subscriber of the day today is Benaya. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, Benaya. I appreciate you. You're awesome. And so just chugging along here, getting some auto fight done. Do you guys find that you have plenty of time to play in between your normal responsibilities of work and school and all that, or do you have to really set aside time to play? Do you wake up early or stay up late? I would love to hear how you get your game time in. I have noticed the auto fight is way more comfortable just throwing out a heavy attack when the opponent's blocking than I am. So it makes me a little nervous when I see it, even though these are really overmatched opponents. I get a little nervous when I see my champ just throwing out a heavy attack when the opponent's not even stunned. Okay, so that is that chapter done. And if you're wondering why I even bother with the beginner difficulty, it's mainly for the units, and you're going to see that pop up on the screen in just a second here. We get units for completing each quest and then fully exploring them, and then in the beginner difficulty you get basically the same return on your energy as you do in the normal difficulty for earning rewards in terms of units. So it's definitely a good thing to do, and it actually costs much less energy. If you see here, the map is not quite as big. There aren't as many paths in this difficulty, so it's much easier to 100% explore these maps in the beginner difficulty. And so it's not a bad idea to go ahead and 100% explore it if you've got extra energy after you finish everything else. I actually have been, whoops, sorry guys, I have actually been more inclined to use my energy in the beginner difficulty than I have in the normal difficulty, because you get a better unit return on your energy investment. It's easier to fully explore, and you get basically the same units, if not the same, may actually be the same amount of units for 100% exploring beginner that it is for 100% exploring normal. So definitely worth the energy if you can find the time to grind out some extra stuff, and it's pretty easy. You can, like I'm doing tonight, you can put it on auto fight. It's gonna do the job for you. So pretty good to do. You can, while you're watching some of my videos on your computer or your laptop or tablet, you can be letting the computer grind out the beginner difficult for you. So just slap it on auto fight and watch my videos. Hey, what's up? Obsessed COW says hello. Welcome to the stream, man. Is this your first time joining us, or are you a subscriber? I am mainly just chilling out, talking about the game. I'm going to be doing some alliance questing, doing some arena grinding, and then what I'm doing right this second is I'm actually just throwing it on auto fight and letting it do the beginner difficulty, grinding up some units out of that. So that's what I'm doing. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy the stream tonight. We are a new channel that's trying to grow. Oh, you just subscribed. Thanks so much. Awesome. I really appreciate that. And so what I'm actually going to do, I am going to update my total subscriber number. You are number 42. And my goal with that, I am trying to get to 100 subscribers by February 10th. So thank you so much for helping me get towards my goal. And since you just popped in and subscribed, I am going to also put you down as my subscriber of the day for tomorrow. So thank you so much. I appreciate your subscription. I'm gonna try and get. Awesome. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and get plenty of awesome content out that you guys will enjoy and will help you get through the game. This week's a little busy for me, so I'm mainly doing live streaming this week, but I will definitely be putting out more content that's tips and tricks and things of that nature, and helping you learn more about the game. So Obsessed COW says he will definitely recommend me to his friends, and I really appreciate that. And for any of you guys that watch this later, if you enjoy the channel, I would appreciate it if you would do the same thing as well. Like I said, trying to grow the channel, and I'm actually going to do hopefully a video next week, updating you guys with some of my YouTube goals and why I created the channel, and what I hope to achieve and what I hope to bring to the table for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Got a few things planned for next week, so it should be a lot of fun. I've mainly finished all of the other monthly content, Obsessed COW. So what I'm doing now is grinding out this beginner quest for the units, and then what I usually do for these live streams before I finished all that stuff, and you can check them out, they're in the live streams playlist. I actually will take 1 and 2 star champions into the heroic and master mode difficulties, and we will see how much of that we can get through with some really basic low ranked champs. So I've had a lot of fun doing that, and it seems like people have enjoyed watching me do that as well. So if you stay tuned and check us out later with some more, as we put out more and more videos next month, I definitely intend to do the same thing. So should be a lot of fun. All right, so that's one more quest we're through. We're gonna keep it going. And if you see there, I got 10 units just for completing that quest, and it barely used any energy. So the energy required to get through this is really, really good. Obsessed COW says, do I have a schedule for live streaming? I generally will try to get a stream in around this time if I am free at this time. My job requires me to work at a little bit different times, so I'm a little sporadic, but I'm trying to find the like perfect spot where I can always stream at that time, so you guys know when I'm coming. If you are on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, I always post on there when I'm gonna stream. But my streams generally happen around this time, and then if I can't make it on this time, there's a slot about 2 hours from now when I'll jump on, and then every once in a while I decide to be a crazy person and stay up all night long, and I might stream even as late as what is 3 or 4 in the morning for me. I've actually garnered a little bit of an international viewership on my channel since I do some late night streaming. So we try and jump on there for them as well. So I'm in Central Time. So generally my schedule is, if I don't get on at 8 o'clock to stream, I'm on at 11 o'clock, and then I also every once in a while will do some streaming at about 3 a.m. So if you want to do the math on that, depending on where you are, again, that's Central Time in the United States. So just doing it when I can right now, and trying to, like I said, trying to solidify that, find some time that really works and fits the people who want to watch me schedule. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We've had a few more people join us. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to jump in chat. We're just, tonight's a pretty chill night. We are just hanging out, doing some beginner difficulty autoplay. I'm going to jump into Arena in a little bit and try and hit some milestones there. And then also, as I have moves in Alliance Quest, I will be moving up there. So I would love to hear, if for you guys that are watching, if you don't mind chatting, if you want to jump in chat, I'd love to hear who your Alliance Quest teams are. I'm always interested to hear if somebody's using a little bit of a different or unique champ, or if you like the champs that everybody else likes, and there's good reason for it. So my Alliance Quest team this time is a little bit different. I took in Hyperion, Ghost Rider, and Yellow Jacket, because those are all of my 5-star rank 4 champions, and we're on day 4 of Alliance Quest. We do map 5 each time, so as it gets a little bit more difficult, it's fun sometimes to throw all my top champs in there. So that is my team this time, but normally my team is X-23, Vision, Age of Ultron, and I will switch it up outside of that. A lot of times we'll go with Scarlet Witch, or might throw in a Gwenpool or a Punisher if it's a Rhino for the mini boss. So that's kind of how I roll. And again, thank you guys for joining the stream. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Would love to have you guys join the channel. Like I said before, we're trying to grow to something big, and do some things where I really help some people out with their gameplay, as well as putting out some entertaining fighting for you guys. Obsessed COW says his Alliance Quest team is Hulk for the poison immunity, which is great. Ghost Rider gives you the bleed immunity, and Star-Lord. And that's, I'm assuming, your boss killer, so that's awesome. Yeah, so I've got kind of the same thing going on in my Alliance Quest team this time. I've got the poison immunity out of Hyperion. I've got the bleed immunity out of my Ghost Rider, and then my Yellow Jacket is great for killing Dormammu. And if I can jump in and get the solo kill, I will definitely record that. If I can solo the boss in Alliance Quest with my Yellow Jacket, I will definitely post that, record it and post it on the channel. So keep your eye out for that. Sometimes I can jump in there and get in first. My Alliance is really competitive when it comes to boss kills. We're all usually sitting there ready and vying to jump in and get the boss kill. So so I'm not always fast enough, but I'm pretty quick. So there've definitely been some people who have mentioned that maybe I live closer to the server or something like that. So I've got pretty fast hands. So I'm usually pretty good about getting in for the boss kill. So that is definitely an ambition for this week and for tonight or tomorrow morning. So be looking out for that. I'm going to try and get that boss kill. If you weren't with us before, I mentioned you can follow me on Twitter. I always post on there when I'm going to be live streaming. I try and if I can, I try and put out a schedule on Twitter to let people know if I'm going to be streaming in a few hours or 5 or 6 hours, just to kind of give you guys a heads up and give you time to prepare and let you know if you're going to be able to make it to the stream. So, and what we're doing tonight is I'm just doing it's a pretty chill night on the channel. I usually like to do some more difficult stuff while you guys watch, but what I'm doing right now is I am allowing the game to autoplay the beginner difficulty for me. I definitely want to pick up those units since I've already completed pretty much everything else in the monthly quest. And in just a second, when I finish this map, or use up all my energy, because I don't think we're quite going to make it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap over and let you guys see my crystals that I'm holding, because I am planning later this week to do a big live crystal opening, and I want you guys to see kind of what you should be expecting. What's coming up there should be a lot of fun. I've got a lot of stuff saved up, and then next month I should have 6 chances at Blade, and I am going to live stream that as well. And as we come up here to a Blade on the map where we're playing, I will definitely live stream my 6 attempts at Blade, and you guys can either cheer for me and root me on, or if you if you don't have Blade and you think nobody else should, you can root against me. But I will definitely be putting down those 90,000 5-star shards on 6 Blade attempts. If I do get Blade, if I get him on the first crystal, I'm just going to swap over and go for basic premiums. So I may actually get to open a few more of those even than what I have saved up for Blade. So I'll show you here. Right now I am at 78,000 5-star shards, and with Alliance Wars and Summoner's Advancement and next month's monthly quest, I should be able to get to 90,000 no problem. So I'll do that. So, but just to give you guys an idea what to expect later this week for my crystal opening, I've got so far 24 premiums, 6 of the 3-star shard crystals, 2 of the 4-star shard crystals, a Grandmaster crystal, and then if you look over here, I've got some glory and greater glory crystals, Ward of Feet crystal, some tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals, another 4-star and 3-star crystals, 5 premium crystals, some War Victor crystals, and a bunch of map 5 and 6 crystals. I've got a tier 4 class catalyst, some gold, 2 stars quest, some daily uncollected crystals, max sig crystals, 4-star signature stones and 5-star signature stones, and we'll even throw in the solo crystals for good measure, and some of the arena crystals just for the fun of it. So that's kind of what I had in mind. So I'm gonna jump into the arena here and grind out some of those milestones. Sorry, and we'll get that done, and hopefully we'll get it done together. I'm curious. Do you guys go for milestones? Do y'all grind out arena, or are you generally a non-arena player? If I'm being honest, I don't play arena nearly as much as I probably should. I have gotten a little lazy with it. I've already got basically the 4-star roster that I want. So really, until they start adding a 5-star arena, I'm not gonna make it a priority so much. Yeah, the time invested, I feel like, unless it's just a really OP champ that you don't have, I don't feel like it meets the needs. Okay, so Obsessed COW says grinding them out currently. Yeah, I think the units are worth it. I think it's worth it to pick up some gold and that kind of thing, and then you get the battle chips for getting extra gold and units from those. So I do think it's useful. I just going for champions. I have not done it in a while, even if I don't have the champion. I just find that it's so time consuming, and the reward for it when it's a 4-star champ is just not there unless they're just super OP. Oh, so Obsessed COW, are you going for a champ, or are you just doing milestones like I am? Definitely more of a milestone champ. Everybody complains about everybody complains about Spider-Gwen, and she's not my favorite champion or anything. I definitely wouldn't rank her up. But that armor break is not too shabby for her to be able to finish off Iron Man while his regeneration is going. Obsessed COW says currently grinding for milestones. Yeah, it's definitely worth it to spend the time for the milestones, but past that, I just don't find it rewarding. And then I'm still learning to play and look at the chats at the same time. Joseph Talk says, I agree. I've stopped grinding, still went for Spidey though. Yeah, that's what I meant when I was talking about super OP champions. Also, if you've got Blade or going for Blade, he's probably worth it. And then the man, the legend says, sup bro? What's up, man? Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining me again. I appreciate you jumping in. We're just chilling out in arena tonight. Pretty easy night. I'm practicing my reading chat and playing the game and talking at the same time skills. So it's going well so far. I don't think I've lost a champ yet. And so I'll continue to do arena, and then as I have moves to make in both the solo quest and in alliance quest, I'll be doing both of those. So definitely going to be in for a kind of a chill, relaxed night on the Johnny versus the Contest channel. Alright, let's see. I really enjoy getting a chance to play with some of these champs that I don't have ranked up and wouldn't play anywhere else. The man in the legends says he is upset with his teacher today. Turned in an essay and forgot the works cited page, and the grade went from, oh man, I'm sorry. That stinks. And she won't accept it now. Yeah, man. School was not my forte. I was just discussing that with a friend earlier today. I I always did the bare minimum to get by, and so that right there is pretty good evidence that maybe school's not your thing. So I I went a different route and jumped into the business world. So that's kind of the way I went, and it worked out for me. But definitely stay in school. That is important. I hope that doesn't affect your grade too much, man. Are you? Was that like a term paper, or is that something something you just kind of in the course of the semester that was due? It's been a while since I've had schoolwork to do, and I can't say that I'm sad about that. I'm pretty sure my friend Joseph Tolk here in the stream is also a college student, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh man, the man in the legend says it was a final project. Dude, I'm sorry. That sucks. That right there is probably one of the reasons that I did not find school to be my thing. I'm I'm all about forgiveness and some grace and mercy, and there's not a lot if you mess up most of the time in academia. So not my thing. My wife is a teacher, however, so she would probably she loves school and is all about it, and so that's a shame that your grade went down. I'm really sorry about that, man. Oh, the man, the legends posted some very unhappy emojis. Yeah, I feel your pain, bro. So mad. Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not. Yeah, hopefully it's not too big of an issue with your GPA and doesn't affect you too much, man. I know it'll suck for tonight, and that's not fun having to go through that, but hopefully pretty soon that'll fade from memory and won't be too big of a deal. Obsessed COW says gold sucks in this game. I got Modoc and don't have enough gold to rank him up. Yeah, the return on gold is awful. The return is about the same as it used to be. The gold's basically the same as it used to be back when 5 stars weren't a big deal. And now that everybody's ranking up 5 stars, everybody's out of gold for the most part. So yeah, I definitely relate to you on that. At the moment I'm saving every resource I've got for Blade, and so I'm basically going to have everything I need, I think, to get him up to rank 5 immediately, except for maybe ISO. So I'm saving gold as well, so I'm not doing a lot of rank ups. I do have one rank up planned for the coming month. I'm going to rank up my my Dormammu that you just saw right there, to hopefully improve my war defense a little bit. I need to get my game up there improved quite a bit, so that's definitely in the work. Oh gosh, the man, the legends, messing with your GPA. Well, hopefully what I have found is true will apply to you as well. Once you get out of school, people do look at your GPA some, but for the most part, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so, while you're in college, make friends with people you think are going to be really successful. And a lot of times, that's about as useful as anything else you could do there. So networking, super important, just about no matter what you do. So that's a little, I thought we were just going to do Marvel Contest of Champions tips tonight, but it looks like we're doing life tips as well. I don't know if that actually will help you or not, but who knows? Couldn't hurt, right? Getting a little piece of life advice. All right. Let's see if we can get the big shock going on old Cyclops here, and he's down. The man, the legends says, I always try to have my GPA at least 95. Now I just hope it's above 90. Yeah. My GPA was much lower than that. If you'd have had my GPA, it would have stressed you out. That probably means you're smarter than me too. You never know. 90 GPA. That's a lot of work. So I applaud you for that, man. I was not very good at making school a priority. So not something that I ever achieved. I don't know that I ever had a 90 GPA. So you've got me beat already. Right. Get this voodoo down. All right. Working out this arena, grabbing those milestones, having a good time. So I know Obsessed COW is grinding out some arena, getting the milestones. What are the rest of you guys doing? Are you guys just chilling out watching the stream, or you grinding out some arena too? Are you at a dinner where you really don't want to talk to people? What's going on with you guys? Something that I was not, I've learned you got to be a little careful with Phoenix about. She's got that power gain right after she does a special one, and on her regeneration after she dies, depending on what some of her buffs are at. So you got to really watch that. That's gotten me more than a few times. The man in the legend says he's not trying to sound like a smart guy. He's just unhappy with his grades from his background. I hear you, man. No worries. I try not to sound like a smart guy too, because I usually get proven wrong, is why I don't do it, but I'm sure that's not the case with you. Okay, so we have a move for Alliance Quest. So I'm going to go see what is available for me to do. See if we can potentially move up. Take down a node. Alright, so let's see. My friend Maestro Man. Probably looking to do, I think I'm going to join him on the debuff immune. He's got that Captain Marvel with the immunity there, so I'm going to take that. This should be a little bit tougher of a fight, so I may not talk quite as much while I do it, so forgive me, but I hope you enjoy the fight. just so you know, if you're fighting a debuff immune champ, anytime you're blocking and they use a medium attack to finish their combo, you can punish that. Just let them finish up their attack and then you can take them down. Just jump it back in there as soon as you dodge out of there to miss that medium attack. You can get them, and even if they don't, even if you block the medium attack, a lot of times you've still got time to get in there for some extra hits. So that is, I think, beneficial to know. Works for stun immune as well. You just want to be careful if it's an evade champ like a Spidey or a Nightcrawler, because they will punish you if you evade, and I'm sorry, if they evade and you're not paying attention. So definitely you can jump in there for that punishment after they use the medium. All right, so let's see what we got here. I think we can handle this. All right, so all right, here we go. I hate fighting Spideys in the arena, and a lot of times those Mystic champs that have the full Mystic dispersion. So you want to give that a little bit of a thought, especially if it's one of your 5-star champs and you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose your streak. Oh, good old classic Spidey. Wow, he's evading everything today, isn't he? A lot of times if you get that block right after he evades, you can get the parry, which is nice. The man, the legend says Spidey and Nightcrawler are like your ex-wife. You never want to see them as an opponent. Yeah, that's accurate. Nightcrawler, actually, I feel like I've got him down. Normally I can get him to swap his stance, and half of this game is just bringing the right champ with you for what you're going to be taking on, which is easy when we're talking about the Alliance Quest or Alliance Wars, because you pretty much know what you're going to be up against. But when it comes to something like the arena, you never know who it's going to be. So you may get wrecked trying to do something that fighting an opponent that normally wouldn't be a problem. And all right, he's down. That was looking that was looking pretty dangerous for a while. The man, the legend says he's looking at my profile and it has Hyperion as my avatar. Yeah, so they made a I know a lot of people have asked me about this and why this is. They've made a change to how the champs show up. So when you're looking at your profile, and I'm actually going to back out and show you guys this. When you're looking at your own profile, the champ that you see as your avatar is the highest rated champ in terms of PI. But when other people look at your profile, what they see is your highest rated champ in terms of prestige. So a lot of times what you see is not what they see. And I think, and we'll test this out right on screen, I think you can actually tell who other people are seeing as your champ. Yeah, if you go to the treasury and look at yourself in top donors for your alliance's treasury, you can actually see who other people see as your profile if you do that. So you saw when I did that, Hyperion was who was listed there, but then when you look up at the top of my my screen there, it's showing me that Ghost Rider is my top champion. I know I feel like that's a little weird. I have no idea why they decided to do it that way. It's kind of different and doesn't make a lot of sense, but as we all know, Kabam does stuff that doesn't make sense a lot of times. So that is not the first time. I'm sure it's not the last time they'll do something that doesn't make sense. Yeah, so that's the explanation for that. Like I said, no idea why they chose to do it that way. If I had been making the system when I made the change, I would have made the change for people to see it themselves and for other people to see it. Prestige has become such a big thing in this game if you're towards the top of the game, and so I guess it's nice for other people to be able to see, but I see no reason to not keep it consistent across the board. Alright, try and get him right up there and then bait out that special. Oh, he's got Mystic Dispersion. This could be bad. There we go. Just trying not to get pinned up against the wall. Oh, that was dangerous. Alright, I think we got him down. Gotta love those arena fights. Lots of fun. Hey, so it looks like we've got some new people joining us. Thank you so much for jumping in on the stream. Just to give you an idea what's going on tonight, this is just kind of an arena and chill night. I will jump into Alliance Quest when I have moves that I can make, and we'll also be completing some of the solo event quest for this month, just in the beginner difficulty, trying to get that done for the units. The man, the legend, says he's going to use my Hyperion to practice. Yeah, he's pretty beefed up, so go ahead and use him, man. I hope to get that signature ability up a little bit higher over the next few weeks, but like I said, I am saving all of my signature stones for Blade. I've got an Awakening Gem, a skill one saved just for him, so I'm not going to be pumping any more in right now, but hopefully I'll get that up and make it a little bit more of a challenge even. So if anybody else wants to take on my Hyperion, you are more than welcome. He is rank 4 and a little bit of a beast. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, and we'll show him off right now. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. I welcome all subscribers. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers by February 10th. And so if you could help me do that, I'd appreciate it. And if you jump into chat on one of my live streams and let me know you've subscribed, you have a chance to be my next subscriber of the day. So I appreciate you guys and all you do there, helping grow the channel. Alright, let's get these Fury buffs going. Try and show you guys some excellent damage output. So I don't know if you guys noticed that that damage output, we had some pretty high numbers there on his heavy. We were doing about 11,000 damage just on one heavy by the end there, and we had several Furies stacked up. That's how you play Hyperion, and it's best to let him get to his special 3 the first time so he can save up some of those solar charges, and then pop the special 3 and then spam the special 2. So that's kind of the base way to play Hyperion. You don't have to do it that way, but if you're looking to get the most possible damage, that's what you do. And here's my rank 4 5-star yellow jacket, also a bit of a beast. Alright, use that special 2, get the power sting. Oh nope, he's just gonna, probably shouldn't have given him the opportunity to get the special 3, but it's no big deal. We got plenty of health here. All right. I gotta say, one of the most satisfying things to me in this game, and I'll see if I can get him to do it. Nope. Is to power sting a champ with my yellow jacket and then watch them kill themselves. So it didn't happen there, but that's one of my favorite possible things in the game. The man the legends asked, should I use Mystic Signature Stones on Colossus? I don't use him a lot. Personally, I feel like there are a lot better champs to dump your signature stones into. He's not, I mean, he's got his uses, but there are so many better Mystic champs in the game that benefit from the signature stones more. So if it were me, I would probably save them for another champ that benefits a little bit more from them, like a Ghost Rider or a Dormammu or Dr. Voodoo. There's just so many good Mystic champions in the game that personally I wouldn't choose a Colossus to drop those on. But obviously, you know, and you said you don't use them a lot. That's something else to take into consideration. Generally, a lot of times I just ignore the conventional advice. If I enjoy a champ and I use them and I play with them, sometimes it's like my yellow jacket. People told me I shouldn't rank for him, but I absolutely love playing with him. He's so much fun and hits like a truck. So I just went ahead and ranked for him, and I've not regretted it even once. Hey, what's up, Ellis? Ellis has joined the stream, jumped into chat. Thanks for joining us, man. The man, the legend says, that's why I love my 5-star yellow jacket rank 3. Yeah, I am a huge fan, so have not regretted that rank 4, not even once. Thanks for joining us, Ellis. If you're not a subscriber already, I definitely appreciate it if you subscribe. And then we try and get a live stream in every day, and then I generally also try and post some content to help you with getting through some of the more difficult stuff in the game. So if you want to check out my other videos, that would also be much appreciated. So thank you for joining us again. And I don't have currently, let's see. So I am working my way up to 100 subscribers. Right now I'm at, unless it's changed in the last few minutes, which it might have, because we got some new people in. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by February 10th. So if you want to help with that, I definitely appreciate it. We've got some big goals for the channel, and hopefully it's entertaining and helpful to you guys. Obsessed COW says he honestly doesn't care about prestige. If I get a champion that I love from the Marvel universe, I rank them up no matter their utility. Oh, thanks so much, Ellis. Ellis says they just did. They love you love Yellow Jacket too. Yeah, and Sentry, Obsessed COW says that's why he was super upset about Sentry. He's such a letdown. He really is. Ranking him up basically amounts to ranking up a champ that you never use, or if you do, you're disappointed about it the whole time. So pretty disappointing. He's such a strong champ in the Marvel universe. It was a pretty sad day for him to get what I feel like is a little bit of a slap in the face from Kabam. All right. And also, if you guys are just joining us, you can follow me on Twitter if you want to kind of see a schedule of my live streaming. I try to post and let people know when I'm going live, and I'm committing to you guys right now. I'm going to do a better job of updating you earlier in the day when I'm going to stream, so that you guys can jump in if you want to, and so you can be prepared for that. So thank you again for subscribing, and welcome to the channel. So I'm curious, are you guys US based like me, or are you guys from around the world? I've garnered a little bit of an international following from a lot of my subscribers so far, since I do a lot of really late night streams, and that's who's up at those times, because most Americans aren't crazy like me and don't stay up quite as late. Alright. I feel like Cable was a bit of a disappointment too. I mean, he's also got his uses, but he's an okay defender in Alliance War, but really such a cool champ that they could have done so many more things with. I really thought that when they introduced those last several champs of last year, and there were so many great ones like Blade and Stark Spidey, I really was hoping that Kabam had turned a corner in terms of releasing champs that were all useful and strong enough to do what you want in the game. But it turns out that I was mistaken, and that was not they had not turned a corner. So this Cable is feel like he's got a huge bunch of health pool. Okay, so we've got USA East Side, we've got Southern Caribbean. Yeah, so that's awesome. So we're covering both sides of the US right now. Fantastic. The Man the Legend says Yellow Jacket is so underrated. His power sting, and when duped you get the stun. Yeah, I love my Yellow Jacket. I feel like he's probably I'm not a big fan of Quake. I feel like she takes a little bit. Oh, hey, what's up, Brooke? So we got Will joining us tonight. Do you prefer Brooke or Will? I want to call you what you prefer, and I know you by two names. Welcome to the stream. And so we got Washington, D.C. in here as well. So having a good time tonight. Okay. By the way, just call me Cal. You don't need to read the whole name. Okay. It was all caps, so I went with COW, but I can call you Cal. I will do a better job of that. Okay. So I will continue to call my friend Brooke. Thanks for jumping in tonight. Hope everything's going well for you in the game. You guys killing it in Battle Group 2 with me tonight, I hope, as well. All right, so I'm gonna jump over into my dashboard for a second, and hey, we're gonna update our total subs again, and we are up to 43. Thank you guys so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. That is fantastic. So we're just slowly climbing the ladder on subscribers. Ellis said he wants a 5-star Yellow Jacket and only have a max 3-star. That's yeah, it sucks when you want a champ so bad and you just can't pull him. The Man the Legends actually gave himself a hand, some clapping. Love it. Great job there. Awesome. So yeah, we've got a guy that likes to be called Beef in our alliance, so that's pretty fun. I love all the fun names that you get to see in the game, and how people have this kind of alternate personality that they have in the game. So love to take Scarlet Witch against against Medusa, because she's got that auto auto block, but if you can knock out some of her furies with Scarlet Witch there, and you just want to be really careful. You don't want to hit her more than once when she's got those furies up, unless you've nullified a couple of them. So, boom, and she's down. Yeah, so you want to, if you've got Scarlet Witch against Medusa, if you saw there, I was only hitting her once, trying to get a nullify on one of those one of those furies, so she wouldn't auto block me. And she actually did at one point auto block me, and thankfully, thanks to the Assassin Mastery, I didn't lose. It even popped up and said parry on the screen, and I did not get the stun. So that's a great thing about the Assassin Mastery. It can bail you out at the end of the fight. Alright, and Storm is down. The Man of the Legend says, I wouldn't want to smash Medusa. Her auto block would cut would cut him. Yep. So I just realized what you meant. So yeah, that would be a dangerous thing to take on potentially. You certainly would not want that to happen. At least I know I wouldn't. So yeah, dangerous proposition there. I've been seeing every once in a while I see somebody drop Gwenpool in the into Alliance War defense, and I've been wondering, you guys have any thoughts on that? I don't feel like she's a great defender. She can withstand some special attacks, yes, and her bleed's a little bit dangerous if you get hit by it. But I don't feel like she's particularly difficult to bait out her special or her heavy. So I'm curious, what do you guys think they're doing it? Maybe just for diversity? Alright. Cal says, it's because you're fighting a Thanos team, they don't have the parry mastery. It actually popped up on my screen though that it said parry. I wonder why I did that. The Man of the Legend said, you got a mouthful there. Yeah, so Cal said it's useful to look for the Thanos and Kang teams. You just know they don't have any masteries. Yeah, so the Man of the Legend said you can't die from specials. Gwenpool can't die from specials if she's awakened. Her awakened ability essentially limits the amount of damage that she can take on a special. And I will pull that up and show you guys right now what that means. So if you look, Gwenpool's read enough comics to know that the main character doesn't die, preventing her from losing more than 73.72% of her current health per hit from special attacks. Essentially what that means is if you take a special, if you get hit by a special, you're not going to die, but they may take the majority of your health from you. At a little bit higher signature ability, she's a little bit better on that front, but it doesn't make a huge difference, to be perfectly honest, when we're talking about Gwenpool. Brooke said, put her on a bleed node. If they mess up, which I definitely have, you pay. Yeah, that's true. I just feel like the margin for error is not as high with her as it is some champs. But I definitely know what you mean. I've definitely been punished by that Gwenpool bleed, mainly in the Alliance quest. I usually take on the debuff immune nodes, and there's one with her there. And every once in a while, I'll get caught trying to do an intercept, and she'll make me bleed. And it's really, at the level of our Alliance, it's almost game over once you get hit by the bleed. you're pretty much dead unless you've got some serious regeneration coming. Alright, Angela, do your job. Come on, bait out that special. There it is. I don't think Cable's special 2, it's not completely consistent when it comes to punishing him for using that special 2. Sometimes I think you can get in there, but not every time. You really have to be careful about it. I'll try it here. I'll be you guys' guinea pig. Try to bait out that special. I think maybe you had to be really close when he starts it to be able to dash back in and punish it. If he will use it here. Having a little trouble baiting out the special. Come on now, Cable. Okay, so it looks like I'm about to get hit by a special 3. We're gonna try and get him all the way down, maybe. Maybe not. Angela's specials are a little disappointing sometimes. They don't do as much damage as I wish they did. The Man the Legend says, can I explain what Mystic Dispersion is? I'm confused. Yeah, absolutely. I will back out of this right now, and I will actually jump into my mastery setup and show you, because I have Mystic Dispersion at 3 out of 5. So as you see, I've jumped into my masteries here. I'm going to utility, and then this right here in about the middle of the page is Mystic Dispersion. So what this says is your Mystic champions accrue 5% power each time an enemy beneficial effect expires. So basically what that means is every time your champ, if you're fighting a Mystic champion, every time one of your champs has a beneficial effect, so that's a buff, so something like a regeneration or a power gain or a fury, anytime one of those expires, your enemy is going to gain 5% power, or depending on how many points they have in Mystic Dispersion, that may be a little different. So that's what that means. If you have it activated with a Mystic champ like a Scarlet Witch, every time you nullify one of your enemy's effects, it's gonna send your power higher, so help you get to your specials faster. So that's what it does. I hope that helped. If you're still confused, post in the comments, and I'll definitely try and continue explaining that. You definitely don't want to be confused about that when you're going up against it. You want to know exactly what you're up against. I'm all about the knowledge is power idea, so you don't want to mess that up. Okay, so Ellis said, I wish Kabam would add both 5-star Thor and Scarlet Witch in the Crystal. I love playing with both of these champs. Yeah, me too. Scarlet Witch I really play with more than Thor, but I enjoy both. I've only got Thor as a rank 3 right now. Yeah, so Brooks said he thinks they haven't brought Scarlet Witch to 5-star because of how powerful she is as a 4-star. She's just so good. They did the same thing with Thor. That's correct, Brooke. They didn't scale Thor back quite as much, but both champs were considered some of the best in the game, and so they didn't want. I mean, I still use my 4-star Scarlet Witch on a regular basis, and so that right there, and with as many 5-star champs ranked as high as I have, that should tell you kind of how strong they are. So if you're wondering why, that's probably why. They just too strong even as a 4-star, so you don't want to give people a champ, or they don't, that is so strong that they can just blitz through all of the content really easily. A 5-star Scarlet Witch would absolutely destroy. I mean, can you imagine taking a 5-star Scarlet Witch into Labyrinth of Legends with a long enrage timer? That would be you'd get through it easy. I took my Scarlet Witch at rank 4 with a signature level of 99 into Realm of Legends, and finished in a few hours. I mean, it was, and that was back when everybody was talking about Realm of Legends lasted several hours for most people. So you really have to think that if they released her as a 5-star character, she would just absolutely blitz through every bit of the content they released, and of course they don't want that. So so a little bit too strong there. All right, so about to wrap it up for all of my rank 5 characters in this arena, and then we'll jump back out and see if we have any moves we can make in the solo quest or the alliance quest. I've still got to figure out what to call that move. I definitely want to take credit for it. I feel like it's a Johnny K special. It's where you wait for a light attack, and then you, if you can evade the light attack, you hesitate for just a second and then dash back in for the intercept. What do you guys think I should call that? It's a dash back, but you can, if they use a medium attack, it doesn't work. It has to be a light attack. So light attack, dash back, hesitate, dash back in is what it is. So if you guys want to help me name that, I'm still working on a name for it, and at some point wanna come up with a name for that and make a video about it. It works almost 100% of the time. You just have to be careful if they have a bar of power. Brooke says the Johnny K special. Okay, I like it. Johnny K special intercepting. So right there, basically it. Oh, and that's what I meant when I said you got to be careful about if they have a bar of power. That is exactly what will happen. Okay, so try and show you guys again. Oh, come on, put your block up. Gwenpool being uncooperative. There we go. And I'm about to die because I'm trying to show you guys this, but I'm committed to it. Alright. Like that. There it was. Boom. And she's down. Brooke said, and that's why what we call the Johnny K fail. Yep. Ellis said, do you think that Blade could come anywhere close to a pre-patched Thor and Scarlet Witch when it comes to damage? Honestly, no. His damage output is the best in the game right now, but it is nowhere close to Scarlet Witch before the patch. I mean, there are videos of guys before 12.0 who took Thor into Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, and in about 10 hits got him down. I mean, this is a rank, I think a rank 4 or 5 Thor. So we're really talking about just, you could stack up those armor breaks with Thor and he'd destroy anybody in front of him. It took a little bit of luck, but for the most part, he was just, it was ridiculous how much damage you could do when you stacked up like 4 or 5 armor breaks. So no, I don't think he's anywhere close to Thor. I also don't think that, I mean, if you look at Scarlet Witch's output even now, and imagine her as a 5-star, I think she would surpass Blade. And it is different. And Brooke said that as well. Scarlet Witch, I mean, I've got a video up in the it's the first Billy Belly challenge video that I put out, where I talk about what it takes to be a god tier. And if you watch in the background, and my end scene video that I put on the end of all my videos now, it's got it where that last fight against Hyperion where I'm using Scarlet Witch, I get one L2 that does 44,000 damage. That is insane for a 4-star. So we're talking about a champ that just, I mean, it really was over the top. So I don't think it's anywhere close. Brooke said, honestly, I think the old Thor took more skill than Blade. I agree with that. Cal asked, should I open up a 5-star or save for the Blade featured? I am saving everything I got for Blade. My advice is do what makes you happy. But if you really want to have the best champ in the game right now, save for Blade. He's game changing, and I don't think he's overpowered in a bad way. There are really 2 ways to die right now in Marvel Contest of Champions. I take that back. There are 3 ways to die in Marvel Contest of Champions. The first way is you get hit with lag and you die because of that. The second way you die is if you did not have the skill to do what needed to be done and therefore you took damage and die. The third way that you die in Marvel Contest of Champions is there was this ability of a specific champion or a node that unless you have a very specific champ, there is no way to surpass it and you die. And I am fine with the second one. If you didn't have the skill to get by it, I don't mind dying when I wasn't good enough. But when I die because of lag, that's really frustrating. And when I die because it's just this ridiculous damage that there's no way to out-skill, that is really frustrating. So I think Blade was an answer to the question, why do I keep dying in this game and there's nothing that I could have done about it? So I love what they did with Blade. I don't think he's overpowered. I think he's just right. And yeah, I think giving him a high damage output, it's not bad. And he mainly, his high damage output really comes from fighting champs that his danger sense works against in the first place. So I don't think it's bad that I don't think he's too powerful. Brooke says, I think he means if you only have, say, 15,000 shards and under 15 5-star. Your thoughts? Okay. So yeah, I'm happy to answer that question. I would still go for Blade, and here's why. Welcome to the stream, Evil Interceptor. Thanks so much for joining us. So we're just talking a little bit about Blade here, as you have seen. Oh, that doesn't say save for Blade. That says #nerf Blade. Evil Interceptor is trying to stir up some trouble in my chat. So basically, here's why I would save for Blade. Even if you're only going to have one shot at him, if you open one of the normal premium crystals, and I'm gonna stop playing for just a second because I wanna make sure that this is fully understood, and I can say this concisely. If you open one of the normal 5-star crystals, you have about let's say 10% of the champions in the game are absolutely game changers. They will change your ability to complete content in the game. So if you open the just normal 5-star crystal, you've got a 10% chance of getting a champ that changes your ability to play this game. If you open the Blade crystal, you're spending 5,000 more shards for about a 20 to 25% chance to get a chance that will absolutely change your ability to complete content in the game. So those 5,000 shards to me are worth the extra 10% chance that you're going to get a game changer. I really think the normal 5-star crystals now are at a point where it's kind of like opening premiums or 4 stars. You never know what you're going to get, and it's worth it to pay the extra 5,000 shards for a chance at what I consider the best champ in the game. Billy Daly says he hates the word nerf. Doctor Strange, they gave him tidy whities, and he'll never forgive Kabam. Mystic Dispersion was his baby, and you are absolutely correct. That is hilarious. Mystic Dispersion on a Doctor Strange, when you have a high signature ability, is absolutely killer. I mean, it's really fantastic, everything you can do everything you could do back when you had Doctor Strange with Mystic Dispersion. Evil Interceptor said the only champ in the game. He is currently the only champ in the game who gives you a chance against someone like a Dormammu. And I think Dormammu is such a BS champ anyway when you talk about the fact that he just kills you, and there's no... It doesn't matter if you have skill or not. There are some limited ways to get around it, but not very many, and it really depends on what champs you have. So I think giving us a way to overcome the stuff that is pretty ridiculous in this game is not a bad thing. So that's my thoughts on Blade. Stirring the pot a little bit, Evil Interceptor, but that's cool. We welcome the discussion here. Billy says, morning, up for work in 2 hours, and I'm watching this guy. Should turn on the... Brooke says, to be fair, people used to say the same thing about Electro. The only answer was Black Widow. And I think it's great that they're giving us answers to champs that otherwise there's no way to get around dying. It's really, I don't know, it takes the fun out of the game for me. I can have a lot of fun playing something that's just difficult, and I need to get better and improve, and it gives me a goal to get better. But having something kill me that there was nothing I could do about kind of makes me want to quit the game sometimes, or at least it has at times. I'm pretty excited about the fact that they've kind of changed direction and are giving us champs that will allow us to play with skill and win the game. I'm really excited about Void, by the way. I know a lot of people were really upset about how many times they died fighting him in the uncollected difficulty, but he's another champ that is difficult and can do some really strong damage, and you might die because of some things like degeneration, but there is a way to get around it with skill, and I really feel like that's a component to the game that that they should continue working on. I don't know, I just I can't be happy dying when there was something that I couldn't do about it. Billy is belly aching about us leaving his alliance. Sorry, Billy. We love you, bro. It was nothing you did. Brooke asks how I feel about MODOK as an AW defender. And the answer to that is I think he's a great defender. So if you've got him, put him on AW defense. And really, personally, he doesn't bother me too much. And here's why. I have a 4-star Black Widow with a very high signature ability that I bring into every war. I don't mind so much, but again, that goes back to, if they're going to give us a champion that's got a really tough ability to get around, give us champs that can work around his ability. Don't give us a champ that can kill you, even when you're playing with a high skill level, with nothing we can do about it. Give us the ability to play the game with skill and win. So Brooke and Billy are talking about the divorce. So awesome. Evil Interceptor, are you a subscriber here? Did you jump on and join, or are you a first-time viewer? I'd love to hear if you've joined the page. Take that magic in. So it looks like we've got a new subscriber, guys. Welcome to the page. It's not Evil Interceptor, but I appreciate the new subscriber. So I am just going to pop that number on the screen up to 44. Thank you so much for subscribing. We're just chilling out in the arena, talking about whatever comes to mind. For the moment, it's been Blade and some champions that are answers. Oh, so you are Evil Interceptor. You are Thomas Jefferson? Because currently it says Thomas Johnson is my newest subscriber. So it may just take a second. If you are subscribed to the channel, I will mention what you just posted. Okay, awesome. So Evil Interceptor just posted a new video using Void. So if you guys want to check it out, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for subbing Thomas Johnson. I appreciate it. So yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Blade needs to be nerfed, or do you think he's fine like he is, or do you think they need to make an adjustment and start putting more champs into the game that can play at a similar level to Blade? I'm curious what you guys think. I've shared my opinion. Thomas Johnson says he hopes he made my day. Yeah, man. When I finish these videos every day, I look at it and I sit in awe and appreciation of the people that are supporting me. So you did. You helped make my day. I shared earlier that I've got a goal, and wow, we hit some big time lag there. I've got a goal of getting to 100 subscribers by February 10th. So we are steadily climbing towards that goal. So I appreciate you helping us get there. Oh, and took the bleed, so now I can't hit into his block. That's a dangerous thing to do now. Have to wait till that bleed runs out. No big deal. So that's if you're ever fighting an Archangel, guys, and he does happen to get you on the L1 like he just got me, you want to avoid hitting into his block. It will poison you to death. Thomas Johnson said, my job here is done because he helped make my day. And says he hopes I make my goal. Thank you so much, Thomas. Thomas says he's an in-game player, and Blade has made me want to quit the game. He has made it too easy, similar to 12.0 Scarlet Witch. Huh. Well, I guess that's one way to look at it. And really, I don't think the answer is to nerf Blade. I think the answer is you make content that Blade is not specifically made for. and I know a lot of people say, well, he's made for all content, but I don't know. I think it's better to take the approach of, instead of looking to destroy a champ that has just been released, you look to improve your game as a whole. So that's just my opinion on it. But we've talked about that for a while. So if you guys want to move on to a different discussion, that's fine. So still working on getting to where I can read comments and play the game at the same time. So forgive me if it takes me a second to get to your comment. Brooke says he does not need to be nerfed. He's the answer to the ridiculous situations that Kabam has created. He doesn't have the sheer power that Star-Lord or Stark Spidey has. Oh. Okay. So I'm a little confused about my subscriber situation, but that's cool. Okay, so we're up to 45 now. Awesome. So I'm gonna update that again. No, you're good, man. I don't mind talking about it, and that's fine if that's the way you feel. I hate that it's made you want to quit the game because it's made it too easy for you. And I don't know. I don't find a lot of the content that they put out super challenging anyway. So I'm sure I will feel similarly in terms of it's making the content easier. But I don't know, man. I just like right here, he's eating my Magneto up. Yep, and just killed me. So that's pretty funny. So he had this energy with Ghost Rider in that matchup. So I went down. No big deal. That's why I want him. And it's not that. Yeah, I don't mind talking about it. I don't find the content super difficult as is, but I love playing with my favorite Marvel champions and ranking up the different characters that I get. And if I can find somebody who helps me do that more efficiently, I am all for it. That did not go well. Brooke is right. And that is a perfect example of why I need Blade in my life. Ellis said, do you think Kabam should nerf Magic Limbo? I think it does too much damage to your champ for not getting hit. So I have a little bit of mixed feelings on this. I don't necessarily think that nerfing it again is the right answer. I think there is a bit of a problem in Alliance Wars that you can put a champ in there like Magic whose damage scales up so high, and then the Limbo is based on her scaled damage. If you're fighting a normal, in the majority of the game, if you're fighting a Magic, unless it's just really late gameplay like Uncollected mode or Act 5, you're probably not going to take that much damage from Limbo. So the problem may not necessarily be with Magic's Limbo, it may be with the war system overall. And to me, war is broken anyway, because you've got a mode of gameplay that the rewards are just not good. They need to be updated. For this, where the game is right now, the rewards in war are just there. It's really not worth it to put a lot of resources into. So if they made the rewards better, it would be worth it for people to heal up and revive and stuff like that. But as is, I don't think there's any reason for people to do that, because it doesn't reward you enough for doing it. So yeah, I think if they're going to leave it how it is, the rewards need to be better. If they're, or they could change it and make it where stuff like Limbo and Dormammu's degeneration doesn't scale with their attack base. Brooke says Mystic Dispersion is what makes her ridiculous, and that's true. Evil Interceptor says no, they should not nerf Magic's Limbo because they have created champs to avoid it, such as Archangel, but you have to be skilled to do so, unlike Blade, who just shuts it off at the start. Sorry, no more Blade talk. Yeah, and that's true to an extent as well. Like I was saying earlier, I take my Black Widow into just about every war, and she's pretty good about avoiding Magic's Limbo as well, as long as you're skilled with it. Even if she has Mystic Dispersion, you can avoid taking the power up with your Black Widow if you don't use your specials, because her specials proc they proc the critical buffs, and so if you don't use her specials and you just go in and and just bait out heavies and don't proc dexterity and things like that, you can get around it and she won't proc the Limbo quite as much. So there are answers to that already, but making it more accessible for a lower level player, I don't think is a bad thing. Evil Interceptor says it just shuts it down, and it does. If I were Kabam and I were trying to make a fun game, I would want my player base to be enjoying the game as much as possible, so they're telling their friends about it and getting other people to download. And the things that make me want to quit the game is when there's very little I can do to get around dying. So that's just, and there are, like Evil Interceptor said, there are ways to get around it, but it takes a whole lot of skill. It's not, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be balance to the game, and I feel like Blade brought a little bit of that. I know a lot of people think he's too powerful and that's not balanced, but I think you'll be seeing gameplay take a direction later where there are answers to Blade. Yeah. So a little bit of discussion going on about what feeds Mystic Dispersion and who's good to fight it. Awesome to see my subscribers chatting it up about that kind of thing. Yeah, Hulk is not bad against magic in maybe a quest, but in war, if they've got Mystic Dispersion, you're walking in there with a champ who's gonna feed it and probably gonna die just from the limbos. Do you guys run Mystic Dispersion? Do you guys like that mastery? I've just started adding it to my setup. I'm like I said earlier, I'm trying to upgrade my war defense. Even though the rewards aren't great, if you're going to do something, I think you should do it well. And I always participate in wars, so I would like to have a little bit of a better defense. And right now, since Dormammu is a good good champ to place in there, I'm going to put him. Let's see. Brooke says that's what my 5-star Electra is for. That's true. She's also another champ that can help get you around some of that. So there are answers to it, but I think giving us more answers and more ways to deal with stuff is not a bad thing. And I could say the same thing, that a similar thing to what my mom used to say. If you don't like him, you ain't got to use him. So I don't think my mom's going to watch this video later, but she would probably agree with that sentiment, because she used to tell me things like that all the time. Billy asked Brooke, do you have 1 point in Resonate Mastery for Electra? And I'm a little curious about that too, for you guys who use Electra a lot. Do you guys put points in Resonate? To me, you have to be a hardcore Electra user to want to do that. To me, it just eats up your mastery points. I'd rather have them in some different areas. It's useful if you're going to take some hits, because it drops their ability to their attack rating. Ellis says he only has 3 points in, I'm assuming that's Mystic Dispersion. Brooke says he doesn't have the Resonate Mastery because it feeds willpower, and that's not a bad point. Willpower to me isn't hugely important anymore. I feel like they've mainly fixed that problem. I'm going to move up in Alliance Quest here. Evil Interceptor says, cool stream, bro. I'm out for now. Check out my channel if you get the chance. I will definitely do that, Evil Interceptor. I appreciate you jumping in today. You are welcome back anytime, and we will discuss the merits of champion nerfs anytime you like. So thanks for joining us, man. I hope you have an awesome night or day, depending on where you are, and we will see you later. Thanks for the subscribe as well. I wish you all the luck in the world. Okay, and forgot where I'm going here. I am not going back into Alliance Quest because I've got some time before my next move. So, yeah, so Billy Daly says this is where everyone's roster is different and everybody's got a different mastery setup. And I love that customization. I think that's a good thing for the game. I appreciate it, yeah, so I think it's good to have that ability to pick different champions and stuff like that. And I understand the argument that now everybody only uses Blade, but if we're honest, you don't have to use them if you don't want to. So if you pulled him as a 5-star and you don't like that he's super overpowered, you can leave him at home. If I were to pull such an amazing champ like that, I don't think I would be leaving them at home. I feel like that's looking a gift horse in the mouth. Also one of my mama's sayings, but that's just me. All right, so we're making our way through the arena. This is fun. I hope you guys are having fun. Are you guys grinding out arena as well? I know we had some people earlier say they are. Brooke asked if I am going to make a champ tier list on my channel. Yeah, that is something that I've definitely got in mind for the future. I was saying earlier, and don't know if you guys heard, this has been and will continue to be one of the busiest weeks I've had in quite a while. So you guys have probably noticed, if you're subscribers, I haven't had any unique content coming out on the channel this week. It's all been live streams. But next week, hopefully, as my schedule gets to slow down some, I will bring some stuff like that back, and that is definitely something on the list, where I'm going to talk about what champs I like, which champs deserve to be in which tier, and how much they benefit from being awakened, that kind of thing, just to let you guys know where I stand. and that should bring some excellent discussion to the live streams and the chats and the comment section. So I'm curious, you know, I'll be really curious to know who you guys like, who you guys use on the regular, if you have a favorite champ and why. So definitely something I'm going to try and do. Brooke said he came in late, missed the first half of the stream. Yeah, so I should probably repeat some of the things that I usually say at this point. If you are not subscribed, please do so. I appreciate that. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by February 10th. And then if you are a subscriber and you jump into my live chats and let me know you're a subscriber, if I haven't changed it already, I will make you my subscriber of the day if you haven't already gotten that honor. You should definitely follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be updating when I'm going to be streaming, so you guys can jump in and know when that's coming if you'd like. And then, yeah. So, also the thumbs ups on my videos, they help me move up YouTube's search engine. So I definitely appreciate the help there when I can get it. I have big goals for my channel, and so you guys helping me out with that is awesome. So I appreciate you guys being a part of the Johnny versus the contest movement. So thanks for that. I think that's all my normal spiel. Let's see, did I leave anything out? Oh, you wanna ring the little bell when you subscribe, so you get notifications when I go live and when I post a new video. And you guys should definitely check out my other videos. They are, I think, pretty good for an up-and-coming YouTuber. I've worked pretty hard on those. Most of my YouTubing has to be done in the evenings right now. So every once in a while, if I'm editing out a video, I will stay up the entire night and get about 2 hours of sleep just so I can get that done. So you guys watching my work makes it all worth it. So I really enjoy this, and I hope you guys are too. Appreciate all the help that you are giving me on my channel. Are you guys enjoying the stream? Let me know how I'm doing. And also, like Brooke did just a second ago, if there's something you guys would like to see on the channel, please let me know. Like I said a second ago, everything I'm putting here is for you guys. So I really want to make this something you guys will enjoy. So if there's something specific you'd like to see, let me know. If you're watching this later, in the comments or in chat. And that may just be my next unique content. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Alright, so I'm going to take just a second and I'm going to jump back over to the solo quests. And what we're trying to do there is I'm really just letting it auto fight. I'm trying to get through beginner quest difficulty to get the units. I'm really not interested in the rewards so much. Other than that, the gold and the ISO is nice, as I've got some champs coming up that I'm going to want to rank up. So that's what I'm doing there. Brooke says it might sound terrible to do again, but some people might appreciate a collector fight and advice. Yeah, that's definitely something that and you're right, it does sound a little terrible to do it again, but I think there's some tips and tricks that I've come up with that might help you guys, and so I could potentially make something that would make people's lives a little easier. So that's definitely something to consider. Ellis says Storm can do a lot of damage with her L2. Yeah, especially when she's awakened. Man, that L2 is deadly, which pretty cool. I don't use Storm a whole lot because I don't have her as a 5-star, and I don't think she's even awakened for me as a 4-star. But her L2 is pretty strong. That's part of the reason she's a decent option for Labyrinth of Legends if you have her as a 5-star rank 4, and she is awakened, so that damage is pretty good. I don't use a lot of 4-stars anymore on anything really important, except for they're not the core of my team. My 5-star rank 4s are. So I probably should get in and do some more testing with some of the champs, like a Storm as a 3-star, so I know a little bit more about them and can update my viewers. So, all right, got one more fight here, except for Scarlet Witch, and that is true, Brooke. I use Scarlet Witch quite a bit. If you watch the channel, you will see me use her all the time. Yes, 4 stars used. I guess to go back on my statement just a little bit, I do still 4-star champs that I use on a regular basis still: Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, X-23. Those are the main ones. Ellis says, yep, I have to face him and I know I'll get destroyed. Who are you talking about getting destroyed by, Ellis? There's a little bit of a delay between when I talk and when you guys see it. Oh, yep, that's true. I also use Vision a decent amount in Alliance Quest. But it's really, to be perfectly honest, it's getting to the point where I use Iceman in War some. So I guess I just completely lied to you guys. I use 4 stars a decent amount. There is though it's getting to a point. Brooke says he'll stop. It's getting to a point though where the alliance that I'm in and the content that's coming out and doing things like Labyrinth of Legends, the 4 stars are just, they're losing their usability. Even when I was doing Act 5.4 100%, it was the first quest I had ever left my Scarlet Witch at home. Left her out of the quest a majority of the time for a quest like that. Oh, Ellis was talking about the Collector. Yeah, the Collector is brutal. Your first time going up against him. He's a little bit easier the next time you go up against him. And if you play him a few times in the same night, like I did, he gets much easier as you start to learn his patterns, which is why I probably need to make a video to help you figure out his patterns so you don't have to do it on your own. So yeah, sounds like I need to make a Collector video. But in terms of 4 stars, the content is really getting too difficult for where I'm at in the game to keep using a lot of 4 stars. So I am working on my roster is just right now it's all about upgrading 5 stars. I have not ranked up a 4-star to rank 5 in quite some time. It's been all about the 5 stars. And outside of the Dormammu that I'm going to rank up for War, I believe that pattern will probably continue, and we'll see if I can't get it to a level where pretty much everything I'm doing in the game, it's all 5-star, rank 3 and above. That's kind of, I think, the goal for my account now. I'm really just past the point where 4 stars are not going to continue to be useful as the content gets more and more difficult. And we even have 6 stars will be coming out fairly soon. And at that point, And even in the uncollected difficulty, if you are doing the uncollected difficulty in the monthly quest, it's all 6 stars now that you're going up against, and so you'll start to notice that the 6 stars that you're going up against, they do massive damage through your block, even on a parry. A lot of times, they just do huge damage. So it's really getting to a point where you need 5 stars ranked up to rank 4 to compete at the higher levels of the game. And as 6 stars become more and more prevalent, you're going to be dying just from taking block damage. So you definitely, if you have not already, you wanna try and start working on your 5-star progression. And that doesn't have to be every champion. It can just be the ones you pull that are strong. And early in the game and early in your progression, you're gonna need 4 stars to get to the point where you can quickly collect 5 stars, and I get that. But you eventually want to get to the point where you're using those 5 stars more than anything. Ellis just said, I just got me a 4-star Stark Spidey. Do you think he can dodge the collector specials? Yeah, actually, I know this from experience. I did this month's, so if you've done this month's quest on any difficulty, you know that the collector is one of the fights. And so in order to keep my skills sharp and make something that's entertaining for folks to watch, I have live streamed the collector fight from this month's difficulty. Of course, he's not nearly as difficult in those fights, but I took my 2-star Spidey in to fight the collector, and he does indeed evade the collector's specials. So he is super useful. That is another 4-star that is worth ranking up, and that will definitely help you in that collector fight. I actually used Nightcrawler when I was taking on the collector quite a bit, because he can actually fully evade the collector's specials. It's difficult and it takes several tries to get it most of the time, but you can fully evade his special 1, and I think probably the special 2 with Nightcrawler much easier than you can with just about any other champ. But Stark Spidey will do it for you, and that will make it much easier. So Ellis, yes, rank up Stark Spidey and get him to a level where he will be helpful for the collector. Definitely want to do that. And as your account grows and as you start to take on more and more difficult content, you'll be earning a lot of 5-star shards, and then it'll become worth it to swap the focus. But if you're still not uncollected, you may want to wait to start focusing on 5 stars, unless you've got a really, really good one. Brooke said, would I rank up an unduped 5-star Dr. Voodoo if you have a rank 5 4-star? I'm going to give a little bit of a... I'm going to speak out of both sides of my mouth for a second. And Ellis just said that Spidey's not awakened. He will still evade the collector specials, and he is still worth ranking up and taking into that fight. His damage output's great, and he will auto evade a lot of this collector specials. So, Brooke, to answer your question, I don't have Voodoo as a 4-star or a 5-star. So I only have experience with Voodoo as a 3-star. So I don't know all about how overpowered he is like a lot of people do. But what I can tell you is that any champ that is worth taking to rank 5 as a 4-star is probably worth taking to rank 4 as a 5-star. Probably. there are probably a few exceptions to that. So I'm not positive on how much Voodoo suffers. Is it true? Doesn't his awakened ability just lengthen the amount of time that his buffs and debuffs are on the opponent, or is it? Do I have that wrong? And Ellis says he is going to. Speaking of the Stark Spidey, he's going to rank 5, and that is a great decision. And Brooke, I personally know your roster. Not perfectly, but I've got an idea of who you have. And I don't know. I might would take up. Brooke has an awesome 5-star Mephisto. I might would take up Mephisto just for the the fun of playing him and watching people die in Alliance War. So Brooke says yes, he extends the duration of buffs and debuffs when he's awakened. Does his damage output really suffer that much? I know it goes over the top and he becomes super OP with when you do dupe him, but does his damage output suffer that much when he doesn't have it? If he still has the damage output of a normal rank 4 5-star, which I'm assuming he does, and he's got that regeneration, it just doesn't last as long, he's probably still worth taking up, because at some point you're going to finish 5.4 or you're going to end up with a 5-star awakening gem for him. So yeah, I'd probably do it. He'll be a normal level right now of champion, and then once you awaken him, he will be completely OP. So I probably would do that. I would wait until I had the awakening gem for him. Okay, so pure damage, Brooks says he still does about the same, but in terms of power control and poisons, they last nearly twice as long. So yeah, that is a big difference, and that's definitely something to consider. I would hold off. If I had the catalysts, I would do it just in anticipation of getting the awakening gem, because at some point you're going to do it, and just like we've seen 4-star awakening gems really become a lot more prevalent. I think as 6 stars enter the game and they become more prevalent, the 5-star awakening gems are going to be around a lot more. You're going to see more options to complete some difficult content and pick them up. And I'll show you what I mean there. If you were playing the game, I would even say if you were playing the game 6 months to a year ago, you would know that getting a 4-star awakening gem, a generic, was just unheard of. There were so few opportunities to pick one of those up, and if you got one, you really had to just stress out over who you wanted to use it on, because it could really just change the scope of the game for you. But if you look at my account now, you'll see I have 2 generic and 1 science awakening gem. I have 1 generic 5-star awakening gem and 1 skill 5-star awakening gem. So I think we're seeing those become more and more prevalent. So I don't think it's dangerous to rank him to rank 4, because eventually you're going to get the gem to take him up. It's just a matter of time. Or who knows, maybe you'll get lucky and dupe him. But you could always wait. And right now, do you have any other options that are presenting themselves as your potential? I know you don't have a rank 4 yet, do you have any other options that could potentially serve as as your first rank 4, or is that kind of your only champ who has the potential to be a game changer for you? That's something else to take into consideration. If he's the only champ that you've pulled as a 5-star that has the opportunity to be absolutely amazing for you, then I would go ahead and do it. Because like I said, you're going to end up with the gem. You're going to complete 5.4. You're going to get Act 5 100%, and you're going to have the ability to do it. Or they're going to present some other difficult content in the game and make that the reward. So yeah, I mean, I would probably do it, but I understand that that is a nerve-wracking thing with your first rank 4. Mine was pretty easy. I pulled Ghost Rider as a 5-star and had everything I needed to immediately take him to rank 4. So that was a lot of fun. That made it a pretty easy decision. Brooke says Electra or Mephisto would be the other option. The other 5-star champs are ... terrible. Yeah, Electra, I think even unduped is worth a rank 4. She would make an excellent first rank 4 for you if you've got the catalyst. I don't think that's something you have to stress out over. Unless you're saving for Blade, then obviously wait and see if you get Blade. But if you're not saving for Blade, or you don't think there's a chance you're going to get him anytime soon, then yeah, I would go ahead and take Electra up. She's definitely worth it. Okay, so he said, Brooke says, until they're duped, that is, they're terrible. He has Star-Lord and Storm, both of which are going to be incredibly useful for you when you get them duped. So that'll be a really fun time for you when you that day where you get the first dupe on one of them. It will make sense to take them up. Storm, though, however, unless you're just looking for a champ to be your labyrinth option, I think there are better mutants to wait for other than Storm in terms of rank 4. Brooke says hashtag save for Blade, hashtag prepared for disappointment. No, man, you got to believe you're going to get him. My understanding is that's literally part of the Kabam algorithm, is if you believe you're going to get him, you have a better shot at getting him. So have faith, Brooke. It'll happen for you too. So even if you haven't saved up quite as many as I have in terms of chances, definitely still worth it to save for Blade. Billy Daly says your luck. Speaking to Brooke, says your luck. It'll be Kamala Khan again. I'm assuming he's talking to Brooke, because my account has been incredibly fortunate when it comes to 5 stars. If you want to see that, you can see my wife opening up a 5-star Hyperion. It was the 3rd video I ever posted. Brooke says he wouldn't wish that on anyone, and of course you wouldn't, because you're a nice guy, and that would be a terrible thing to wish on someone, and would probably automatically make you not a nice guy. Oh man. And it's my hope, and I'm assuming with what they're doing with Luke Cage and Red Hulk right now, I'm assuming they're going to take a look at Kamala Khan as well. My hope is that they'll kind of get on a schedule of every 2 months or so they take 2 champions that are just absolute garbage and make them usable. And that's something that, based on some stuff I've read and seen, it's something that they definitely want to do, is reevaluate some champs. But I will say that with don't hold your breath either, because they said that right before they released Sentry, and if you've got Sentry, you know he's garbage. And so if they're releasing champs like Sentry new, are they really going to make a champ like Kamala Khan that much better just because she's been around a while? So that is something to take into consideration. I wouldn't rank your Kamala Khan up just because you think eventually she's going to get a buff. That is the definition of silliness. Billy Daly says, I know, but I remember when you got her the buzz. 5 peeps got her the same day. 4-star act, 4 crystals. Yeah, we had back in the old days in that alliance, we had a rash of people getting Kamala Khan at the same time. That was a very, very bad day in the contest. I will agree with Brooke, what he just said there. So if you're just joining us, we're just hanging out, playing some arena, getting some grinding out some milestones. Nothing too serious today. As my Alliance Quest energy refills, I am jumping into Alliance Quest, doing my job there as well as part of this alliance. So welcome to the stream. Other than that, we're just chilling out, talking about MCOC stuff. So thanks for joining us. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I am working on getting to 100 subscribers by February 10th, so I'd appreciate that. And if you enjoy the stream, definitely follow me on Twitter, because I'll be updating when I'll be streaming on there. Brooke says, I've got to bounce. I'll catch you in the contest. Great stream today. Hey, thanks, man. I'm trying to just get better every day. That's my goal. I figure if I can do that, then eventually I'll have a really great thing here for people to watch. So thank you so much for the compliment, and thanks for joining in. So that was Brooke. He's my buddy. He's in my alliance. He's a great consistent player. Does his job and can be depended on. We love to compete to see who gets the most points in Alliance Quest. Brooke has a little bit more of a normal type job than I do, so I usually win that contest, but that's fine. No worries. He still does an amazing job at pulling his doing his share in Alliance Quest, so appreciate him for that. Brooke, Billy can tell you, he's seen what Brooke can do. So awesome. All right, guys. To be completely honest, I'm getting a little worn out. I need a break from the arena and from streaming. I've got to go to the bathroom as well. We've been going for over 2 hours now, so I am going to call it a night very shortly. But again, thank you so much for joining us. If this was your first time, please subscribe. And you guys are awesome. I appreciate everything you do here. I'm going to roll the end credits. Again, thank you for joining me, and I hope you guys have an awesome night.